You have the potential to talk to 30, 300, 3,000, 30,000, 3 million customers who could see that video and be like, yeah, I want to work with him. He explained it so succinctly. He told me exactly what I needed to know about that. And now I want to hire him and use that service. So yes, maybe it is a good idea to go to those one-on-one meetings and network and meet those people face-to-face. Always, yes, rub the bellies, get it. But if you can record it and put it out there, you have the opportunity to reach so many people while you're asleep. You can network while you're asleep on social media.
Welcome to the It Matters podcast. I'm your host, Walter Perez, and let's dive in as we help you grow your mindset and elevate your leadership. Hey everybody, welcome back to the It Matters podcast. Thank you for joining me on another episode. I'm Walter Perez, your host, and I'm excited that you're here today because I have a special guest. Her name is Sarah Van Dusen. She's from High Level Marketing. She is a friend. We've got to know High Level Marketing because they've done work for us and they do amazing work. But what I'm excited about is the passion and the purpose that she brings to this conversation. I learned a few things, guys. I learned a lot, actually. And this is the thing. Sarah is a rock star. She's an expert. You got to remember, she has 20 years of experience in her industry. She is a Google certified SEO expert, a social media strategist, a marketing mentor. Her work has led her to be able to work in our universities here in Edmonton, whether that's NAIT, U of A, or Grant MacEwan. She speaks to small business owners often. And she has this desire to help you have a clear message and to be able to stand out in your business. And so today we got into it. We chatted about having not only clarity, but taking the steps to actually asking for help and actually doing something to put yourself out there. I love that she hit on consistency and why that matters. And along the way, with all of this that we do, why it's important to be kind. And I think you're going to be blessed. You're going to be encouraged. And so come on, join me. If this podcast episode impacts you, if it brings value to you, can you please share it, pass it on, because there's somebody in your life that's going to need to hear this. And so come and join me on the conversation I had with Sarah. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back to the It Matters podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about things that matter and where we want to help leaders lead well. And so today is no different. I'm excited to have my special guest, Sarah Van Dusen from High Level Marketing.
That's correct. Hi, everybody.
Welcome here. And I'm excited because we were chatting earlier on today, and you're speaking at an event that's the same building where I'm at.
And we Scotiabank and Sage in Canada, helping mortgage brokers and their referral partners learn more about their personal branding and social media.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. We bumped into each other and we started chatting and we said, we need to hop on a podcast.
Yeah.
So I love your guys' business because I've had the privilege of working with you guys. Your husband, Chris.
Chris Bolsey.
Yeah. Yes. He actually originally met my wife many years ago and they worked together. And then along the way, then I met Chris, great guy. And then, of course, later on, I got to meet you.
Yeah.
And so, but one exciting part about this is I've seen your guys' business from afar and close up, how it's evolved and continues to develop. And you guys are rock stars.
Oh, thank you.
And
yeah. Always learning, always growing. It's evolving.
Yeah, and you guys are, and we can touch on that a little bit, but you do a lot of things, and one of your passions is definitely marketing, social media strategy. You do a lot of fun stuff, but before we get there, I would love to kind of know, how did this happen? Like, how did you get into it? Because did you come out as a baby and said, I want to work on marketing?
Kind of. So I used to love graffiti. I still actually love graffiti, but I used to draw graffiti, and I wanted to start my own clothing line. It was called GOG, Graph on Gear. And I would make clothes and I would draw graffiti on these clothes. And this was like a huge passion of mine. So I decided I'm going to go to business school. I'm going to start my own company. I'm going to be a clothing designer and I'm going to fall in love with it. It's going to be amazing. And then once I got into the program, I realized that the part that I really loved about school was the marketing aspect of it, and that was more interesting to me and more entertaining than any of the other facets of, inventory management or, 5-year projections and all of those kind of things. So I really gravitated towards that. And I stayed and took a second diploma as well in business marketing because I was so passionate about it.
Yeah. Wow. That's so cool. And I was thinking about this, and I mean, with all the social media and all the tools that we have available, especially for the business leaders out there, right, entrepreneurs, would you say that it's harder today? Like, there's tools, but if you don't know how to use them, it'll be hard to get noticed.
So it's always going to be hard to know how to use them because guess what? They update constantly. They're updating every few weeks, every few days. Sometimes they're coming out with a new process or a new navigation bar or some new update to the algorithm. So you're never going to figure it out completely unless it's all you do every day, trying to figure it out like us. And that's your entire business. So my advice is just to get started, get rolling, do it, start putting out content, do what you can. I do recommend usually consistency with content. Try and put out 3 to 5 pieces a week. If you can't get there, put out something. Make sure that you're adding regularly to your social media profiles so that people don't go to visit you, look you up, and then see you haven't posted for 3 years because they're not going to follow you because you're not generating any new content. So why should they engage with you? And then you're losing an opportunity to develop a relationship and nurture that potential customer.
That's one thing I really noticed about your business with high-level marketing. You guys have been really well-rounded. I mean, yes, you do graphic designs, websites, you help people with the marketing, the social media strategies. It's been really neat to see your business passionately grow and how you help everybody that needs help, which is great because I love something that I saw on your website was business leaders, business people are busy and they have potentially a skill set that they need to focus on to be able to provide a service. And not always the marketing is not the thing that they're great at. And so here comes your business.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're not able to shine in that area, that's okay. Yeah. We provide a done for you service if that's what you want. We do manage social media, manage websites, updates, blogs, case studies. We can handle everything for you, or we can do training and teach you how to do it yourself. But people really like the hands-off approach. We come in, we'll update it, we'll respond to comments. We will forward any inquiries through your DMs straight directly to your email or your phone, however you want to be contacted with their contact information. They're looking to set up a service call, a quote request, maybe just learn more about your business. And there's a page on your website that we can provide them with more info. But we always try and get their information so that we can forward that over to the client. But really, it is definitely done for you. We take care of it. You don't have to worry about posting to social media anymore because we'll come along, film content with you regularly, and then take that and snippet it out into little tiny slices and distribute it to your network over the course of that quarter or over the course of that month, depending on how much content we're actually able to generate based around that shoot day. The thing that people really like about it is they don't have to spend time worrying. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to come up with something clever to write in the caption or how do I get them to stay and watch the end of this video? We have all of that taken care of beforehand and written out, making sure that the content is there and the strategy behind it is as well. I mean, it could take me 3 days to write an expense report, or I could give it to my bookkeeper and she could do it in half an hour. So it's really just about time management as a business owner. Where are you putting your time? How easy is it for you to create that? And is it something that you can outsource?
I love that. And I think what you're touching on is what I love to encourage leaders to be self-aware. And I mean, I talk about a lot of different things, whether that's personal development, and then how that affects your business and all that. But I love the self-awareness of saying, you know what, that is not my strength. and it's okay to ask for help and to seek the experts in this area, because then you can focus on what you're good at. And so I love how this is an encouragement to the entrepreneur out there who feels like they need to do everything or they need to know everything. It's like, hold off for a moment and don't be afraid to seek the help.
Yes. And I spoke to somebody today who was telling me, I always wanted to do it. I always think that I should, but I'm worried. I don't know how to edit the videos properly. I'm not able to come up with a polished look or feel to the videos to put them out there and put myself out there. And it can be crippling. That self-doubt can stop you from moving forward in your business. And to that, I just replied, what would you say to a customer to explain what it is that you do and how you help them? Mm-hmm. You record that exact same conversation that you would have with a customer, except put it onto a video, put that video out there. You have the potential to talk to 30, 300, 3,000, 30,000, 3 million customers who could see that video and be like, yeah, I want to work with him. He explained it so succinctly. He told me exactly what I needed to know about that. And now I want to hire him and use that service. So yes, maybe it is a good idea to go to those one-on-one meetings and network and meet those people face-to-face. Always, yes, rub the bellies, get it. But if you can record it and put it out there, you have the opportunity to reach so many people while you're asleep. You can network while you're asleep on social media. You put the message out there. They respond to it when they see it. They engage in it on their time. And then you're able to reply back and build a stronger relationship with people. I had 4 different people come up to me today at my talk and say, I know you from somewhere. You look so familiar to me. Oh, well, probably see me on social media. Maybe you see me at an event, but probably social media. You see my content. You see me out there. You see my face because I put myself out there. And nowadays, with the rise of AI, I'm going to touch on AI just a little bit. I know it's such a scary topic. Yeah. But with the rise of AI, trust is a commodity. People are always questioning, is this fake?
Right.
Is this real? Is this a real person? Did this really happen? And by turning that into authenticity and showing yourself and your face, you build that trust with somebody and they're like, yes, oh, I do trust them. That is a real person behind there, and you're just able to build a stronger relationship with them. And from that relationship, you're nurturing that potential customer into turning into a conversion where they're able to work with you or want to work with you, or they're telling somebody else about you that could possibly work with you.
I love that. I'm glad you went to the AI point, because we don't have to be afraid that we're becoming irrelevant as human beings.
Yes.
In fact, there's so much opportunity to show authenticity, be vulnerable, to show compassion and connect with people. And I love that. You can still use AI as a tool, but we still have a lot of space to connect with people.
Exactly. And what is authenticity? People tout that a lot. Be authentic with your content. Yeah. Make sure it's authentic. But the only person who really knows if it's truly authentic is you. Right. Because you know what you are and who you are. And who you are is always evolving. So maybe who you authentically are today is going to be different from who you are authentically tomorrow. Right? So show up, put it out there, show who you are, because that's how you find your people.
That's so good.
I am the biggest comic book nerd. Like, I have 20,000 comic books.
Yep.
And when we go to Comic-Con and the Edmonton Expo, I just feel like I found my people. I'm like, oh, they're just as big a nerds as me. Look, that person's dressed up, and that person has a variant comic book of the Superman with the holographic cover. That's my people. That's my tribe. And you will find your tribe online. It doesn't matter how niche it is, what you're into. There are other people who love it too, and you will find them in your community. So put yourself out there. If you're a dog person, talk about how you love your dog. If you are, actually secretly a cat person and you're talking inauthentically about how much you love dogs, somebody's going to call you on it. Hey, you don't actually love them, but it's about showing your true self and about finding people who have the same connections with you, because people want to do business with those they know, like, and trust. And the more visible you are, the more they see you and are reminded of you, the more they're going to trust you. And that's where it comes in.
I love that. I heard a thing a while back, a little statement that said, actually, we're familiar with that whole fake it till you make it. Well, somebody said, well, the problem with that statement is that you're being fake. You're not actually being real. And such a simple truth, right? But it's like, Yeah, you were learning how to pretend not to be our real self, and then you show up to these people, and they look right through that. People know that they can't trust you, and they know you're not being authentic.
But why are you faking it? Is it because you're ashamed of who you are, or is it because you're trying to be a better version of yourself? Because if you're trying to be a better version of yourself, I say go for it. Because you can't become that better person. You can't evolve into that better person until you try it on for size. Right. Until you start saying, yeah, actually, maybe I am great. Maybe I can get through this. Maybe I am good enough. And until you push yourself to the point where you're like, I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to do this. Maybe on the inside you're scared. Maybe you're shivering. Maybe you're second guessing every word that comes out of your mouth. But you put yourself out there, and that's what matters. And that's who people are going to see. And then when you see yourself like that, that will help you evolve into that better person that you want to be.
So true. Yeah, and you're right. And then we're stepping into our potential. We're stepping into who we're meant to be. And you're right.
It's not fake.
Yeah,
it's real. That. We make it real.
I love that. Yeah.
You choose who you are. You are the decider.
Yeah, that's right. Then we can get rid of all this noise, the fear, all the chatter that's going around. We'll be our greatest critics, right? Exactly. And we need to. Actually, that reminds me. I love a line that you shared with me here: cutting through the noise and getting noticed. Yes. That's really what you've been talking about for the last number of minutes here. It's how to just focus, being that authentic self, finding out your true self in that process, right? And forget about all this noise that's around us and just getting noticed.
Yeah. So, and how do you get noticed? It really depends on who your niche market is. If you are local and you're service-based, you need to be showing up locally, which means that, geotagging your posts, location tagging your content, making sure that people know who you are, where you're from, where they can get a hold of you, how to best connect with them. Right? Yeah. Or maybe you have a product that can be sold nationally or across Canada and the States, or maybe even internationally, going to around the world, and that's your target market.
Right.
But until you decide exactly who it is that you're trying to reach with your content, and then make content that feeds into them, then it will just be that background noise. And maybe, it isn't going to be successful, and maybe it will fail. But you know what? Until you fail, until you try, you're never going to succeed. So keep trying, keep putting out content, and then look at the analytics, people. This is my biggest thing. When you are doing any kind of marketing, what is your ROI? What is your return on investment? What's happening? So take a look at the analytics. Say, hey, I made this post. How many people viewed this post? How many people liked it? How many engaged with it, commented on it? Did anybody share it? Did they take action like I wanted them to in my call to action, where I asked them to sign up for my e-newsletter?
Right.
Did I get a lot of new signups based around this content?
Yeah.
If yes, great. Let's make more content like this because it works and it's going well. If it didn't, what did I do wrong? Where did it fall off? How can I make better content? What's a better idea? If it's not working, scrap it or retool it, revise it, make it better, make it into something that works. But always look at the analytics. Is this leading to more people going to my website? What page on my website are they going to? How good is my website? Are people actually scrolling through my website, or are they immediately hitting the back button and getting out of there?
Right.
Are they, looking at some of my videos that I have on my website? Are they downloading any of my, pieces that could provide more information, or any of my PDFs that I use as kind of a lead gen, right? Hey, here's my daily checklist for the top things that you should be doing on LinkedIn every day,
So on that note then, if somebody's like going, man, I feel like there's so many social media apps and different platforms.
Yes.
Is that a strategy to then also figure out what you should be on, shouldn't be on? Or would you say, hey, you got to try them all?
Like I said, you can't be everything to everybody, right? You're not everybody's cup of tea. Some people like Red Bull. Some people like espresso, so find your audience. Right. And then where are they? So what platform do you like to use? Because that's going to matter.
Gotcha.
If you're somebody who loves to be on Instagram, but hates LinkedIn, don't put your on LinkedIn. But maybe you are business to business. Maybe that's where your marketing needs to be. Maybe you need to be on LinkedIn. And then that's going to take a mindset shift where you're going to have to say, this is something that I need to do for my business. this is how I can market to my niche customer. This is where they're located. This is how I can use this app. But I say try and pick 1 to 2 to do great at, rather than do 5 poorly. Great
advice. I want to, well, not really shifting gears, but just a question here, because one of the things that you are great at is you're a Google certified SEO expert.
Yes. Google
so if there's somebody out there listening right now and they're going, okay, what is that? Like, what is an SEO? Can you walk us through that?
Basically, Google has so much education. And I've taken thousands and thousands of hours of education and training from Google on Google's products, on Google's services, to become certified in many different facets, from like campaign management to the mobile academy to, Google Analytics, as I mentioned. Yeah. My favorite Google product is Google Business Profile. And this is the most important one because it's what's going to show up when people Google you. Right. This is the search result that usually has your location. It has your website, your phone number, the list of your services, what you do. So when people are searching for what you do or what you sell, they're searching for products like yours. That Google Business Profile is going to pop up, and then they're going to be able to find all that information. A lot of people use it just in Google Maps to get around. Oh, here's that Google Business. I'm finding it, and then I'm going there, and now I'm enjoying a nice hot cup of coffee at Square One in Creative Hive. Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's great advice, because I think, and then I know that I have done definitely dropped the ball, not in my own business, and I've noticed it in others. But just to prioritize that, like it's going to help your business, can help you and your service and the product you're bringing forth. And so it's good to prioritize that, right?
And the other thing that's great about Google Business Profile is the reviews. You have the ability to get testimonials from your customers to speak on your behalf, saying how great it is to work with you or be a part of your company or to use your services or your products, and turning that into something that you can actually then leverage and put on your social media. Here's this great testimonial. Nobody says it better than my customers. Listen to what they had to say about being on the It Matters podcast. Here's a 5-star review we got from Sarah Van Dusen, who was a guest of the podcast, loved it. Right. And, I had a couple of photos, boom. Right. And you have to think about the people who are more highly rated are going to be more visible than the people who are low rated. Because do you want to go to a 5-star restaurant, or do you want to go to a 3.8 restaurant, right? You're going to be going for the 5-star or the 4.9, over the 3.8, because you want a good experience. You're putting your money and your time and your effort out there. So you want to be making sure that you're working with people who you can know, like, and trust, right? Yeah. And those reviews build that trust.
You've given us a lot of nuggets right now, which is amazing. I'm wondering what comes to mind when and maybe you already mentioned it, but is there like one thing that comes to the top of your mind that people make mistakes in? Like, what is that one common mistake that you're seeing business leaders do that they need to like?
We've kind of already touched on the self-doubt. Yeah. That stopping, making it, and then not pressing post. You've spent hours creating that video and then you didn't put it up because you're nervous and you're self-doubt. That's a stumbling block. That can hold you back. Right. The other thing that people aren't doing is they're not putting a call to action on their posts. They're putting up this beautiful picture or this video, but they don't have any kind of call to action. You put up this post. What do you want people to do when they see it? Do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to message you? Do you want them to sign up for your e-newsletter? Do you want them to download, a PDF, the top 10 things you can do for SEO on your website? Make sure that there is some kind of direction, because people love to follow directions. So if you're finding people aren't watching to the end of your video, tell them, watch to the end. You're never going to believe what happens at the end. Guest starring my fuzzy dog, or you do a little kickflip, or, just a can line of all the ladies in the office together. Just something fun, something to tell them to stay to the end. Secret time, or there's a surprise at the end, maybe just some way to get them to watch it all the way through. I see this all the time with short form video where it's 2 to 3 seconds and it says, read the caption. Of course, you're going to read the caption because you're following the directions. You're going to sit there, you're going to pause, hold the video, scroll through, read the whole thing that they've written in there. And meanwhile, the video is playing in the background 16, 20 times. And Instagram goes, oh, you watched this 16 times. This is great content. I got to show this to 20 more people. Maybe they'll watch it 16 more times too. Right? So you have to think of these things when you're putting out the content. That's where the strategy comes in. Yeah. How do you get people to watch? How do you get them to engage? Are you telling a story? Is it consistent with your brand voice? And, like, what are you saying with your posts? So making sure that there's a call to action, making sure there's something where you're directing the audience to what it is that you want them to do.
I love that. I mean, because if you have an idea and you decided that you want to post a picture, a video, or whatever, there's a reason behind that.
There is.
Now communicate it. Yeah. And don't expect that they're mind readers. And that, because how many times have we watched videos that weren't probably that great and you're like, oh, that was entertaining, I guess, or you don't know what to do with it. But you're right. When somebody gives you instructions, you're like, okay.
Yeah. What else am I doing? I'm literally on social media to kill time.
Yeah.
I'm here scrolling to, find out more, to network, to comment, to, raise awareness about my own brand and my own social media, or, because I want to connect with those people, or because I just met them at an event and now I'm trying to look them up and then add them or post a picture with them or find out more about what it is they actually do. So maybe they could help me or someone I know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I love how even in your company here, you guys, with the website development, with the whole branding aspect of your business, like you really set up business owners for success. And I guess the word that really comes to mind is clarity. You're really helping individuals have a clear message. You're not coming up with the message for them. I mean, they know that.
Yeah.
But sometimes we just need a little push and help saying, I got something to say. I just don't know how to say it.
And a lot of that comes up in discovery, right? Especially with a new business. They don't have a logo. They don't have a brand. They're like, what colors do I use? What fonts do I like? I don't know. That's where Chris really comes in to kind of find out what's their brand voice, who are they. Liam Kalarick, our graphic designer, also has made some great logos and does fantastic work. Yeah. Together we got a little powerhouse creative team.
Love it.
That can just really help kind of hone your messaging. Are you trying to be professional? Are you trying to be sleek? Are you trying to be down to earth? Are you approachable? Are you exciting? Are you safe? Like, what is your brand and how can we implement that to show people that's who you are? So finding out all about that and discovery, learning what it is that you're trying to project with your company, and then taking that and making a brand from it. It's one of our favorite things to do.
And I totally believe it. I see how you guys run your business. I see your social medias, and you really care. I love that you're positioned in a business where you get to help other business owners serve better. And right, we bring a product, we bring a service, and we're here to add value. And you guys have this business that says, hey, I want to come beside you and just make it better, amplify it, and do it with excellence. So that's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about my job is that I get to help people. People ask me like, who's your target demo? Like, or who's your favorite client to work with or something like that. And I'm like, I just want to help people that have questions about marketing. You don't know how to do something. You want to learn how to do it, or you need an explanation of how it works. I'd love to talk about it. I love talking about marketing, hence all the seminars, speaking engagements. Just like, sure, let me just talk about marketing. I would love to be on your podcast.
Of course, right? And I mean, you have so much to share. And so you were just at an event today.
Yes.
What was the if you were willing to share, what was like the heart of the message that you were trying to get these leaders to really like own up?
My 3 takeaways were, be authentic, post, actually get it done, show who you are, show your face, you're the brand of your company. All these people work for a major brand, right? That brand is already set. So they have the logo, they have the brand, the colors, the fonts, they know what it is they have to use, but how do they associate themselves with it in a way that is positive without coming under fire from maybe a negative relationship that somebody else has had with that brand?
Okay.
Right? But just showing themselves and showing their face and making sure that they are building up their client base and showing themselves. So the first takeaway was that authenticity, put your face out there. The second was to be consistent, because repetition works. Repetition works. Repetition works. Repetition works. Repetition works. That's going to lead to visibility, right? So put yourself out there. Put the message out there. Oh, I've got this one service, and I keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. What is one of my things? There's like the Fetty Wap, the Trap Queen song.
Okay.
He put that song out on Instagram every day for 2 years until it blew up. And then it was the most popular song, I mean, this is 10 years ago, but I'm just saying, he just posted to Instagram that same song over and over again for 2 years until it blew up.
Right.
And it took that long to gain the traction. And people need to see how that repetition of their messaging is going to lead them to people knowing, hey, oh yeah, you're the person who can help me with that, right? Because unless you put it out there, they're going to forget what you do.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you in real estate or something? Maybe.
Mm.
But they don't know, until you tell them over and over and over and over and over again.
One of my favorite quotes, repetition is the mother of all learning.
Right.
And you just nailed that. And you're right. We can't get tired of repeating. And you know what? Something that I've struggled with, and sometimes thinking, well, are people getting tired of hearing the same type of message from me? Or because I know it, right? So I'm thinking maybe they don't. But the reality is that it doesn't always stick to people. And so we do have to continue to appear in their face in front of them and not assume that your one-time post, one-time video, whatever you said, it has.
Yeah, is going to convert them, because they're going to have to see it again and again. How many touch points they need before they make a sale, right? It used to be 7, then it became 14. Now we're being drowned out with all the advertising that we see consistently over and over again. Our brains are wired to just block it out. So that means that you have to really try even harder to reach through to people and tell them about who you are and why you're helping them. So, I think my third thing was just to some homework. I wanted them all to take a picture at the event, to hashtag the event, to tag the people who are promoting the event, put the event on, and to tag one of their referral partners who brought them to the event, or, it's the reason that they're there, and to use the hashtag for the event, right? So just to put themselves out there, take a picture, hopefully one with you in it.
Right.
If not, then just a picture of the event, one of the pictures you took of the seminar, one of the speakers, and put that out there and say, hey, I was here. I was increasing my knowledge base about my industry. This is why you can trust me, because I'm not just relying on my laurels from 20 years ago, my education that I got then. I am constantly here getting updates, learning the best content, learning the best ways to help you as my customer. So
I love that. I love that explanation, because one of my desires and points to teach people is that we need to grow as we go. And as leaders, we can never stay stuck. We always have to be learning and growing. But what a beautiful way, simple, but powerful way that you just showed us is we can communicate. And what I'm getting out of this conversation, the importance of communicating to your audience. And here you're creating a space to saying, hey, I am learning. I do value what I bring to the table, and I want to be the best at it.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know it all. Maybe I could improve, and maybe there is other trains of thought and other methods that I could take and then apply to my own business.
Yeah.
Because even if you're the greatest at what you do, you can't know everything about it.
Something I noticed about you, though, as well, is that you're so good at highlighting other people, other businesses. And I think that's a servant heart in you also, but at the same time, the power of collaboration, right? The power of giving away the power and just inviting others to grow with you. That's so cool.
I can't even help it too. I'll get a compliment and then I'll amplify it, turn it back on them. Oh, but you're great too. Oh, you're so good at what you do. Oh, you're so cute though. Because really it's oh, well, thank you. But also look at yourself. Look at what you've accomplished. Look at who you are. See yourself through my eyes and how great you are and how much you've done and how far you've come and everything that you have overcome. Yeah. So I just, I can't really, I do tend to amplify and return the compliment or the.
That's a great characteristic though. And it's so beautiful. I really love that. You and I could probably talk for hours on this topic because I know you're very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
But as we kind of just come to an end, like is there a message that you want to tell people out there if they need some encouragement, or maybe there's sometimes I'll ask our guests, is there like a leadership quote or something that you've been given that has really served you well?
Um, hmm. Well, I think that my definition of success or leadership is helping and learning, like we've already touched on, and just helping other people. And that's what I love about marketing, is it basically help people to help themselves and to help the community. And it's all just a big chain of giving back, and helping my fellow man, because that's why we're here, right? Is to help each other. If we are wrapping up, I would just like to touch on a few trending things in 2025. You can now switch into your Facebook business profile, so make sure you do that. Start following people as your business, liking, commenting. For LinkedIn, all platforms really, the short form video is huge. Make sure you're trying to record video. Even if you don't want to be a talking head giving explanations about your product or what you do, sit there and sip a coffee and just have the words appear on the screen. You're still putting yourself out there. You're still visible, and you're still able to create something. AI, like you said, try some AI content, right? But you have to label it that you are using AI.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And then community-driven content, so tagging people, inviting them to collaborate on Instagram. When you invite somebody to be a collaborator on a post and not just tag them in a post, it's going to show up on their feed, which means it's going to be visible to everybody in their audience, and they're going to see you too. And that'll help grow your audience. Maybe they'll wind up following you, and just giving back. Like I said, the Google business profile, most underrated, underused, undervalued tool. It's huge for your business and for growing it. Make sure you're using that. And then just being, voicing who you are. So making sure that you are not only educating people on what you do, what your services that you provide, but who are you? What is your family? What are your values? What are your thoughts on things? What are your opinions? And then making it entertaining, doing the little funny memes occasionally. Yeah. This is where the dancing TikToks come in, right? Like making it entertaining, something that people will want to watch. What's a way that you could make the point about what you do and make it funny, right? How do you say something like that? So just a few of the trending ideas for 2025 and a few things that you can hopefully take away to apply to your own business.
I love it. Look at that. That just showed your heart, Sarah, that you would not let us end this episode without giving us some pointers, some gold nuggets. And what I appreciate about that is if you're listening to this and going, it's October, the year has been kind of wacky for me, I haven't done these things or I haven't been good at them, it's a new day.
Yeah.
Let's draw a line, right? And you can take the next 2.5 months to really figure that out and start your 2026 running and succeed amazingly.
Exactly. And until you start, you'll never get anywhere. So just start, keep going, keep trying.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's so great. All right. So you're on the It Matters podcast. Mm-hmm. And I love to ask my guests this question about what matters to you right now. And you've talked about a lot of things that you're passionate about. So it could be anything. Mm-hmm. So what matters?
So completely aside from marketing, business, although it does apply to all of them, to business, personal, everything in life, but it's kindness.
Wow.
I think that kindness really matters right now and today. I feel like there's so much division in the world, and that they're trying to get us to turn on each other.
Yep.
Turn on each other about sex, turn on each other about race, turn on each other about different political sides. Mm-hmm. And they want us to fight and to argue and to lose our humanity a little bit. Because when you start to see people as, you're wrong, you're bad, you are evil, you should die, like just all the crazy stuff that they're putting out there, that is not a place or a world that I want for myself, for my kids, for my community. I want to lead with kindness and empathy. Why are they doing that? Why are they that way? judge everybody on a case-by-case business, case-by-case profile, but make sure that you are leading with kindness, because that is what matters in this world. It's just to be kind to each other, to show love, because that's what you're going to get in return, because it all comes back around.
Beautifully said. I got nothing to add to that because you said that amazingly. Great. So we got some people that are probably going to want to connect with you, and they want to know more because you've planted a seed that they want to be able to reach out to you. So how could they get a hold of you?
It's really easy. I mean, obviously, social media, find us. High Level YEG is our social media handle on all platforms. Or reach out to me directly. It's Sarah at highlevelyeg.ca. High Level Marketing. It's time to level up.
Love it. And we'll put those in the show notes. And Sarah, thank you for stopping by and joining me.
Thank you so much.
This has been great. We love to say around here that it's a win-win when we lead well, and you just helped us get better and lead better, and we are very thankful.